Good afternoon. It's your friendly neighborhood actress, Candace Isme. I'm here with some tips to help you learn to memorize your lines. Now, you can use these tips even if you're not an actor. If you need to memorize a speech, for example, I think that these tips will help you. I'm currently working on a 4-act play that opens in October, and it's the longest play that I've ever done. And so I thought that it would be a great idea to share some of these tips because I have a ton of memorizing to do and not a lot of time to memorize it. So I thought I would help you as I help myself. So, okay, tip number 1, write it down. It may be basic, but it really helps. When you write something down, it solidifies the words in your brain because your brain is taking a mental picture as you're writing the words out. I like to write them on index cards like this. Yeah, I was just about to get started with my script right here, but I write them on index cards, and I use them like flashcards and cue cards. I keep them handy. I can put them right in my bag, so when I go out for coffee or whatever, I can just go through my lines like, oh yeah, let me go through this. And if those of you who have never heard the term flashcards before, because it's kind of old school, I don't know if they use those nowadays, but there are cards that had problems, multiplication problems, or math problems, or spelling words, and our parents or teacher would hold them up to us and then take it away quickly, and we'd have to respond quickly with just those few seconds to digest what was on the card. And it really helped sharpen our brains. And I like to use these cards as flashcards as well as cue cards for when I'm on stage and I need a line and I just look at it and read it and whatever. So yeah, that's great. So the next tip number 2, is memorize in sections. Now, like I said, this is a 4-act play, so I am not going to memorize act by act. That is just a lot, and my lines are spaced out a lot. There's a ton of characters in this play. It's a really unusual and kind of dream-like play with tons of characters and crazy action. The author of the play is Clive Barker, and it's hilarious. It's a hilarious play, and it's kind of dreamlike and unusual. Almost has a down the rabbit hole kind of feel to it. So my lines are kind of spaced out a bit, but they're in clusters. So I have a lot of memorizing to do. So what I'm going to do is just memorize it section by section. And once I get one section down, and that section could just be 1 page, or it could be 2 pages, or 3 or 4 pages. Rehearsals go so much more smoothly, etc., etc. Okay, so tip number 3, visualization and imagery. Now, words evoke images. Use images that are very familiar to you, that remind you in some way of the line itself or the speech, whatever it may be. Now, for example, it has to remind you in some way of the line, in the way that the line itself, or the idea that the line represents. So, for example, one of my lines here is, "Is that what you think we are, Dexter? Runaway lovers?" Now, Runaway Lovers automatically triggered that song Runaway Love by En Vogue in my head. I don't know if it did that for you if you're a Gen X, but it did for me. So now I have the image of that song playing in my head and the video of that beautiful video of them in the desert. And I'll think about that every time I say that line. And that's an easy way to associate the words of the line to make sure I get it correctly. Runaway love. What are we, runaway lovers? See how that works? Okay. I should do that lip sync. I think I will. I don't know if I'll have time tonight because I have a production meeting and rehearsal, so I don't know. If I have time, I'll do that lip sync tonight because I love that song. Anyway, so now we're up to tip number 4. Use the apps. Now I've used an app when I did Harvey like 2 years ago, and it was helpful. To be honest, I just kind of forgot about the app. But for those of you who are very used to always using apps, I'm going to put the names of the apps up there, and it really helps if you don't have access to tip number 5, which is get someone to help you. Having someone feed you your cues and to bounce your words off of is so incredibly helpful to get into your character more, because you're actually looking at somebody who can respond in an emotional way, whether it's, boredom or, whatever. Tips I have are to, let's see, write it down, memorize it in sections. Let's see, visualize, use apps, and get someone to help you. I hope these tips have helped you tremendously. I plan on using them because our very first rehearsal is this Thursday, and I wanted to have all of Act 1 memorized. I'm looking at it now. I don't know, but I am going to do my best using these 5 tips. And if you know of any that have really helped you that I have not mentioned, please feel free to put it in the comments, okay? Thank you so much for your attention. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.